Hello there and welcome back. So in the previous videos I have covered some basic shape tools in Figma, and now in this video I'm going to show you how you can create some custom shapes as well. So to create the custom shape we have two different tools on our disposal. The first is a pen tool and the second is a pencil tool. So let's first start with a pen tool. The shortcut is letter P. There you go. So a pen tool is one of the most powerful tools in vector softwares, and you will need the time to actually master this tool completely. Nevertheless, now I'm going to show you some basics about this pen tool and how you can use it. So as soon as we select this pen tool, our cursor will change, and we are going to see here one dot. So that dot represents the anchor point, and each path that is created within this pen tool will have multiple anchor points. So first let's start by adding this anchor point, for example right here. So as soon as I press that, you're going to see that now we will be able to drag the second anchor point anywhere on our screen. But that's not all. So for example, if I decide to place this second anchor point right here, I can also click and hold to actually create some different shapes. So from those anchor points we can see two handles, right? So this first anchor point contains one handle, and this second anchor point contains two different handles. So let's first now just drag those handles, for example, somewhere here, and immediately after that we're going to see this curve for the third anchor point, because we have changed those actual handles, and now the natural path of this actual anchor point will be curved. So let's specify here this third one, for example, right here. There we go. Now I'm going to choose the select or the actual move tool, so press V on your keyboard shortcut. There you go. And that's kind of the path which we have just created. So if you want to get out of this actual pen view, just double tap on the screen or press enter. There you go. And now this is our actual path that we have created. So the important thing here to note is that you can of course modify this path after you add all those anchor points. So if you want to modify this path that you have created with the pen tool, you can just select this actual element or object and press enter. So after you press enter, then those anchor points will be visible as well. So now we can select each one of those anchor points, and those handles will be visible. So now we can take, for example, one of those handles, just click and drag, and we can modify the actual path. Okay. Now, when we select one of those anchor points that contains two handles, then whenever we move a single handle, the second one will be moved as well. However, there is a shortcut that will allow you to basically move only one handle and not both of them at the same time. So that shortcut is by holding down the Alt key. So if you hold down the Alt key, then you will be able to move just one handle from this anchor point. Okay, there we go. And of course we can modify this third one as well, so we can just specify or actually move this handle as well. There you go. We can of course move only this one handle by holding down the Alt key. There you go. So you do need some time to actually master this pen tool, but once you do, then you will see that basically you can modify and create any shape that you want. Okay. Okay, so what you should know here is that you can also select and move other anchor points as well. So just select this path, press enter, and you can of course select this anchor point and just move it around, like you can see right here. Right? But what you can also do, you can select multiple anchor points and move them together. So if I select, for example, this anchor point and hold down the shift and select the second anchor point, now whenever I move one of those anchor points, then both of those selected anchor points will move together. As you can see now, we are going to be able to move those two anchor points at the same time together. Alright, so the second tool that I want to show you here now is a pencil tool. So a pencil tool will also allow you to create some custom shapes or paths within your project. However, with the pencil tool, you are basically writing like with a free hand. So here we have one note. It says that we can hold down the shift to actually draw straight lines with a pencil. So now if I try to draw here something without the shift key, this is what kind of a path we're going to actually see. And when I let go, then that path will just smooth a little bit. However, we can also now hold down the shift and try to draw. As you can see now, we are drawing the straight line. So for example, we can now just, let me just undo that. So I can now hold down the shift. I can draw a straight line. I can hold down the shift once again. There you go. Now we can create that icon that we can see on the frames in the layers panel. Or we can of course use the freehand and just draw here anything that we want. For example, something like that. There you go. And that's pretty much it about pen and pencil tools. So as I already mentioned, if you want to master the pen tool, you're going to need some time practicing. But once you do that, then you will be able to create any shape that you want. So you don't need to use your imagination in order to figure out the power of those tools. So for example, let's say that I want to create here a new frame. So let's select the F key on our keyboard. Let's create here this screen. So let's say that this screen is actually a login screen, right? So let's rename this to a login. And now let's say that I want to create here a custom shape or a background for our login screen. Well, in that case, I can select one of those tools, for example, let's say pencil tool, right? And we can just draw some, let me just undo that and reduce the actual lines to maybe 2. And here now I can just draw some custom shapes like that. We can now just close the path here. There we go. We can now, of course, create some other shapes here, like that. There you go. Now we can choose the move tool. We can select one of those shapes, apply some color, some fill color actually. For example, maybe this one. We can remove the stroke color. We can select this other shape, remove the stroke, add some fill color. For example, okay, so here we cannot actually, let me just remove this stroke. I'm going to now double click on that. So now just press P to actually select the pen tool, and let's connect those two anchor points. There we go. So now we have closed the path, select the move tool. This is the color for our second shape. Now let's select this shape. We'll remove the stroke color, add some fill color. Okay, so still we need to connect the actual path here. So let's just press enter, select the pen tool, close those two anchor points. There we go. Now choose the move tool. Let's change the color here to maybe some other green. There we go. And now we can select all those elements. Just hold down the shift to select multiple elements. Bring them inside this login frame. And there you go. So now we have created some custom and funny, playful background for our actual login screen, right? So of course, that's just one thing that you could do. And this was just an example, but you do need to use your imagination, because with all those basic tools that I have shown you, you could create some amazing designs. Alright, so that's all I wanted to share with you in this video about the pen and pencil tool. And for this video, that will be all.